In order to solve by graphing, what I do is I'm going to graph these two lines and I'm going to see where they intersect. So let's start with this line. This line is in slope-intercept form. So I always start at the y-intercept. So I go to this number on the y-axis. The y-axis is here. I'm going to go to -3 on the y-axis. Then this number is my slope. It's my rise over my run. So this number is 4. I'm going to make it into a fraction. Whenever I have a whole number, I put a 1 on the bottom in order to make it to fraction. So my rise is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. My run is 1. And I can do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. My run is 1. In order to make a nice, neat line. Okay, and on the computer, of course, the line is automatically neat, but on paper, nice to have a good, neat line so we can see where the two lines meet. Let's take a look at this equation. You'll notice it doesn't have a number in front of the x, and it also doesn't have a y-intercept. This equation, y equals x, is the same as y equals, this is 1x, and this lack of y-intercept here is a y-intercept of 0. This is y equals 1x plus 0. So same deal, this is still in slope-intercept form, so I'm still going to start at the y-intercept, which in this case is 0. And then my slope is 1, so that's 1 over 1. That's my rise over my run. So my slope is 1 over 1, 1 over 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. My line looks like this. Now, in order to find the solution, that point is right here. It's where the lines intersect, and that point is 1, 1. You can even check your solution by taking these points and plugging them in for x and y here and make sure that they work in the equation. Let's do one more example and then it's going to be your turn to practice. If you want, you can pause the video right now and try this example first before I do it to make sure that you understand it. Here I'm going to start. I always start at the y-intercept. In this case, my slope is -1 over 3. Okay, notice there was a negative. I tagged it onto the top. I'm going to go down 1 since my rise is -1, right 3. I'm going to neatly draw my line. Okay, remember, it's important to be neat when you're graphing on paper because we need to see where the lines meet, so we have to do it neatly. Here, I'm going to start at -3. Remember, I always start on the y-axis. And now, my slope is -2 over 1. That's my rise over my run. I'm going to go down 2, right 1. Okay. Now you can see that my lines are going to intercept all the way up here. So what you might want to do is say, okay, I went down 2, right 1. I can also do the opposite, go up 2, left 1, just to make sure that your line is neat enough to where you're going to be able to see where they intersect. And this isn't going to be an issue on the computer, but on paper, it's something you need to be aware of. Okay, my lines intersect right here, and that point is x value of -3, y value of 3. Okay, it's going to be your turn to try these two practice problems.